What is going on, guys? Ultimate Deadpool here, and I am super excited to bring this video to you guys today. This is not a joke. This is not clickbait. I finally have a real San Diego Comic-Con exclusive action figure. This is the Ghostbusters Optimus Prime or Optimus Prime Ecto 35 edition. Um, and this is the 25th anniversary of both Transformers and Ghostbusters, the collaboration. And I have to say, I am not disappointed with this. I was a little bit skeptical about it when I first heard about it and found it on the internet, but I have to say, this has absolutely lived up to what I was hoping for and hoping what it would be. And then there's the other side of the package. I really do like the look of this. This looks really cool. And I think it's kind of funny that you can wear the package on your back like an actual proton pack. I think that's a really clever way to incorporate both deals aside from the actual action figure. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing open. Okay, this is super cool, guys. Slimer, for those of you who don't know, actually is very detailed in the film, obviously. And they went all out with this. This looks exactly what I was expecting Ghostbusters Slimer to look like. For those of you who don't know, I'm a big fan of Ghostbusters and have been for years. I'm a huge sucker for anything Ghostbusters, and that's the main reason why I got this. I like Transformers too. I'm not gonna lie, Transformers are pretty cool, but I have always loved Ghostbusters. Now, one thing that was kind of disturbing is Slimer has a butt. And I don't know why, but they gave Slimer a butt crack. I don't know why. But anyway, this is a really cool detailed little piece, and he goes and sits on this ghost trap, which I believe is Roller from Transformers. I don't remember his exact name, but you take this apart, it's just regular Roller, and then you put that on and boom. So that's honestly really cool. I do like that feature. Optimus Prime's plasma cannon can transform just like the small one, which we'll do a size comparison with in a little bit. So I can't do a size comparison for the truck because I can't transform the real Optimus. I can't transform this because I accidentally broke his arm when I was unboxing this. So that latch there is broken and it cannot transform. I'm okay with that. Trust me, me and my brother did a comparison when this first came in. This one is hands down a lot bigger. So, yeah. We actually took a scaled image of this truck and trailer, and we found out that we could fit the original small Optimus truck inside the trailer with it closed. So that's just how much bigger this is compared to it. So anyway, this kind of folds in just like the smaller Optimus's gun, and then you can stick it in his back, just like the real one, or just like the other one. I think this is actually the exact same truck or transformer. I think this one's just a lot bigger. So I think they're the same. So I'll let you guys know if it is. So without further ado, let's finally get into this. So Roller, I don't really remember what he looked like in the original G1 show, but I'm sure it's something like this, obviously. So it's kind of cool, kind of cute, and definitely, I like the Ghostbusters trap look. I think it looks really good. Again, I'm a sucker for anything Ghostbusters, and that has as much Ghostbusting detail as you can get for a Transformers toy. So this is the Proton Pack. The top of it looks, whoops, I'm sorry about that. The top of it looks exactly like Ecto 1, except for some reason, I'm guessing this goes sideways, and that goes up, and then this goes up, and then this changes into Optimus's Proton Pack. It's a little off scale, considering the Proton Pack is supposed to cover the entire back of the Ghostbuster, but to be fair, this alone just looks really cool. And to be honest, if I'm being nitpicky, This looks like a regular proton pack that they took off a Ghostbusters action figure, and they like cut it in half, and then just stuck it on a Ecto-1 piece. I don't care. It still looks cool. And you know, for those of you who are wondering, yes, this might appear in at least one video. So I don't know exactly when that video is going to be. So real quickly, we're just going to take apart the trailer real quick, and then we'll get to the actual Optimus Prime figure in just a moment. So this is honestly really heavy. Not really heavy, but it's definitely heavier than this one. So it definitely feels a little bit more bulky. So this, if I'm not mistaken, has these parts that open outward, and then you like, oh shit, you open the trailer in half, and then you've got the drone thing. I don't remember what his name was in the show. It's been a while since I've seen the original G1 cartoon, but it does have that, which is kind of cool. And then since it has this giant gap in the trailer, if you line it up right, it can stick out of the trailer just like so. So I think that's a really nice, cool little feature that they added to it. Definitely gives you know, children a little bit more playroom and more imaginative type scenarios, I guess. I don't know. And then, let's see, there's supposed to be like a loading ramp or something that's supposed to come out. There it is. So this does have a loading ramp. So I'm going to lower the camera down just a little bit. So this does have a loading ramp, which is kind of cool. And then, if I'm not mistaken, this is supposed to end up transforming into a charging station as well. So you got, you know, Optimus Prime standing up in his trailer, and it's supposed to be like his charging station thing or whatever. I don't know what the hell it is. I think this is actually supposed to be something inspired from the comic books. I'm not entirely certain, and I'm sure you guys are going to correct me on that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and transform Optimus Prime. So we'll cut back to that in just a second. Alright, so there is Optimus transformed. This is in fact the exact same thing as this. I found that out as I was transforming it. I was actually super careful with it this time. I didn't break any pieces off of him this time. So there's a plus. But look at the size comparison of these two. It's the exact same thing. The only difference is this one is made of mostly metal and this one is mostly plastic. But they're the exact same design, the exact same molds, the exact same transforming toy. The only difference is the Ghostbuster one is definitely a hell of a lot bigger. Now, for those of you who are concerned or curious or whatever, at some point I will try to find a Optimus Prime that is this size, just for fun. I'm not doing it right now, probably not for a while either. But I will say the amount of detail that they were able to gain off this simple Optimus Prime Ghostbusters figure is just spot on. You know, I like how they kept the Autobot logo on this arm, and then they had the Ghostbusters logo on the other arm. It's kind of ironic, but because if you guys remember in the show, he has two Autobot logos. I think it's funny that they kept one and not the other. What they could have done is had, you know, the Autobot logo, you know, on the, you know, helmet piece or something like that instead, but then it wouldn't have been, you know, Optimus Prime. Turning the character around, he's got the big proton pack like thing, and it goes around through here and then onto his gun. Really nice looking piece. Again, it's the same thing as this. The only difference is it's a lot smaller, or that one's a lot smaller, this one's a lot bigger. As for the feel, this one definitely feels like it's way better, like well made. Like it was definitely a lot of thought process went into making this figure, and a lot of people were definitely giving their own opinions on it. This one, on the other hand, it still feels a little cheap in certain spots, but it's strong enough to where, you know, if I were to give this to a 5-year-old, they could play with it however they wanted, and very few parts would be missing. So, One of the biggest pieces that would probably be missing would be the fingers, because all of the fingers open, and the trigger finger is the one that has the most articulation. So that piece would probably be the first piece to go, followed by, maybe some of these shin guards, maybe a leg or two or something. This one is definitely not meant to be played with, and if I were to give this to a 5-year-old, that would be very stupid and a waste of almost $200. This one, again, same scenario. It's not cheap, but it's not expensive either. It's right around 40 to $50 depending on where you get it. Again, both figures are really, really good quality. I will admit that. This one is mainly for collector purposes, and so is this one. But I have seen some of these that are this size that look exactly like that, and kids play with them all the time. Mainly collectors are the people who go after very detailed pieces like this. So, it makes sense that, these pieces are, each figure is made with the best quality imaginable. Because hardcore collectors, such as myself, will be looking for those nitpicky details. I can't find anything wrong with this Optimus Prime. The only thing I would say is make his eyes blue. They made his eyes black, and it just doesn't really work. This one, they made his eyes blue, and it works. But it's a nitpicky detail. I did have the Matrix of Leadership. I accidentally dropped it, and I don't know where it is. But this does come with the Matrix of Leadership. I don't know what happened to it, so I will probably be squandering my room either tomorrow or this at some point, because I have to open at Home Depot again tomorrow, which sucks, but, such is life. The only thing that this doesn't have, that the smaller one has, that this one doesn't, is the smaller one does come with the axe, and I think it had a sword, a jetpack, and another gun. This one doesn't have that, but that's just because this one's supposed to be Ghostbuster type stuff. It's not supposed to be, hardcore war battle ready Optimus Prime just like the regular one. It's supposed to just be a regular Ghostbuster Transformer, only as Optimus Prime. And yes, I have seen the Ghostbusters Transformer Ecto 1 figure, and I want it, but I'm not going to get it right now. So, just like the small Optimus, his chest does open up. And then once you lift these two pieces, you can get the Matrix of Leadership. I don't know why it wasn't put in there when they made the robot, or made the packaging, but I don't know, because it was there when I got the thing, but unfortunately I went to go put it in and I dropped it, so I will look for it at some point. It'll turn up. These things always do. But anyway, really good quality stuff. Nice head movement, so you could definitely do a lot of things. Well, I say you could do a lot of things. His antennas over here can move. The small one can't do that. So I'm actually kind of curious with this. I wonder if the Power of the Primes Optimus is actually smaller or taller than this one, or if they're the same size. So I don't see the Power of the Primes Optimus around, so I'm not going to go get up to get it, because I should be getting ready to go to sleep right now. But anyway, all in all, I would give this figure the whole San Diego Comic-Con Transformers Optimus Prime Ghostbuster crossover, whatever you want to call it. I would honestly give this a solid 8 out of 10. And the reason I say 8 out of 10 is because, and this is just nitpick little shit stuff. If they had made, Optimus have, the blue eyes, the Matrix of Leadership, with the blue core, Energon core instead of a green one, And, you know, if they had made the Proton Pack just look a little bit big, if they had made this just look a little bit bigger, I think it would have been a lot better. But that's just nitpick stuff. All in all, this is a really, really good Transformer, and I'm really happy to have it in one of my collections. That's one of my favorite collectibles. Because, again, I'm a huge fan of Transformers, and I'm a really big fan of Ghostbusters. I have been for many years, and this is honestly one of my favorite Transformers that I own. So it's not easy to I mean, it's easy to transform once you've done it at least once or twice, but it's very much how you would picture him transforming from the actual show. So I mean, it's not hard, but it's not easy either. But you know, with all the little accessories that he comes with, I think it's really cool. The fact that they've got, you know, Roller as a freaking ghost trap, and then Slimer with all of his not so fun details, but with all of his detail, I think that this is, I mean, and again, obviously this is San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, so it has to have as much detail as you can. But I think if they had done the eyes better, and if they had done the Proton Pack just a little bit bigger, I think it would have been a lot better. But again, this is just nitpicky detail. All in all, I think it's a really, really cool character. If you guys want to try to get one, I will put a link in the description below. Just FYI, if you were going to be spending at least $190 trying to get this guy. No, I didn't actually pay that much for this one. I got it at a really good deal, and it was like $150 something. But still, that is crazy for this. But after going through all this and realizing, duh, it's a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, then the pricing starts to make a little bit of sense. So all in all, I still stick with my stand as I will bump it up to a 9 out of 10. I will give it a 9 out of 10 for this entire figure. I think this is definitely one of the coolest Transformers crossover type things, because I've seen a lot of Transformer crossovers and not all of them are good. This one managed to pull it off, and I think it definitely worked. So anyway, that is all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please drop a like and please leave a comment. I do read all of y'all's comments, and I usually reply to them within at least 24 hours. If I don't reply to it, it's because I don't see it first thing when I start looking at YouTube stuff. So when I do see your comment, I do my best to answer it as quick as I can. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys all next time on Ultimate Deadpool. Peace out. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys all later. Bye.